Hey guys, in this session we're going to be looking at solving equations solving fractional equations really. All right, let's get started with an example. So this is the question: solve for x if 3x over 7 equals 6 over 14. Now, as usual, guys, I'm going to show you guys how to do this in a couple of ways, and yeah, we'll go from there. All right. So the first method I'm going to show you is having a look at something like this. So we have 3x over 7 equals 6 over 14. Now, one of the things that you can do with when a fraction equals a fraction, as you might have known, is doing cross multiplication. So in this case, I could actually cross multiply this. So if I was to cross multiply this, I would have 14 will be multiplied by 3x and 6 will be multiplied by 7. Now 14 times 3, I'm going to get 42x, and 6 times 7 is also 42, which means x is equal to 42 divided by 42. Therefore, x is equal to 1. All right, that's one way of doing this. The other way that you could do this is, again, looking at as a fraction equals another fraction. What you can do is you can actually keep the denominators. If you find a way to make the denominators the same, then you can say the numerator will also be the same, because here you've got one fraction equals another fraction. So having a look at the numbers 7 and 14, you can kind of see that 14 is actually a multiple of 7. So what you then can do is, on the left hand side, you could multiply the denominator by 2 and also the numerator by 2, because 2 divided by 2 is 1, and that gives us the flexibility of multiplying 2 at the top and 2 at the bottom as well. Which means now what I have is, I have on the left hand side 6x over 14 equals 6 over 14. Which means, because the denominators are the same, the numerators must also be the same in this case, because you have a fraction equals to another fraction. So I could straight away do this. I could say 6x is equal to 6. And because of that, I can say x is equal to 6 divided by 6. Therefore, x is equal to 1. And as you can see, same answer both situations. All right, let's have a look at another question. So guys, in this question, we're going to solve for x if x plus 1 over 7 equals 5 over 3. Now, just going back to the whole idea of cross multiplication. Cross multiplication only works if you have one fraction equals another fraction. So for example, say if you have a question like this: 1 over u plus 2 over v equals 3 over w. You can't actually cross multiply in this case, because you actually have got two separate fractions on the left hand side. So it's really important that you understand that. The only way you can actually cross multiply is to combine the left hand side as one fraction. Now I'll show you guys how to do this later on, but for now this is what it will look like if I combine it. Now I should be able to cross multiply this. Okay, only when it's one fraction equals another fraction. So that means if I look at this question where I have x plus 1 equals over 7 equals 5 over 3, I bring the 3 to the other to the left hand side. And again, please be careful here. A lot of kids actually end up doing what they do is 3 times x plus 1 and then equals 5 times 7 on the other side when they cross multiply. But the mistake people make here is they forget to put a bracket around x plus 1, because that 3 is being multiplied by x, and it also has to be multiplied by 1. By not putting the bracket, what you're doing is you're multiplying only the x by 3. So once you put the bracket around it, then you expand it. So you got 3 times x, which is 3x, 3 times 1 is 3, and then on this side, 5 times 7, you have 35. So rearranging this, you've got 3x equals 35, take away 3, so 3x equals 32, and then x is equal to 32 divided by 3. So that's one of your answers. Now, doing it the common denominator way, all right? So I'll show you guys how to do it with a common denominator. Now, you got to look at the numbers 7 and 3. between 7 and 3, your least common multiple is going to be 21. All right. Because it's 21, what you need to do is you need to change your denominators to 21. So to convert 7 into 21, I know that I need to multiply it by 3, which means the numerator also gets multiplied by 3. And on the right hand side, I've got to multiply the denominator by 7 to make it 21, which means I've also got to multiply the numerator by 7. Now when I do this, what ends up happening is I have 3x plus 1 over 21 equals 35 over 21. Now because the denominators are the same, therefore the numerators must be the same as well, because it's actually saying equals. So I can straight away write 3x plus 1 equals 35. And what you'll notice is when I expand this, I'm going to get 3x plus 3 equals 35. And straight away you'll notice that this is the same thing as we were working with here. Because from here onwards, we do the same steps. 3x is equal to 35 minus 3, which is 32. So we have 3x equals 32 and x equals 32 divided by 3. And as you can see now, guys, we've got basically the same two answers. So got a couple of different ways with when you have one fraction equals another fraction. You can cross multiply, or you can make the denominators the same and put the numerators equal to each other. All right, if you have any questions, pop it in the comments, and thank you for watching this video.